Good evening. Let's see. Today we have PerAspera. Now that name sounds familiar. I know. Per aspera ad astra. Latin quote. It means through hardship to the stars. Through hardship to the stars. Such a beautiful quote and so very apt. PerAspera is a Mars colonization game. Your goal is to terraform Mars by warming the planet, adding an atmosphere, balancing the gases in the atmosphere, adjusting the water level, adding some greenery, etc., etc. Honestly, the Mars colonization part of the game is really lacking. The other major and far more interesting part of PerAspera is the excellent storyline. You play Amy, a revolutionary quantum AI designed to support the operations of terraforming colonization. Your handler, Troy Baker, communicates what it means to be an AI and comments on the work that you're doing. The mission starts off with a slight hitch. The calculations were slightly off, and there may have been a little bit of a crash when you first landed, but I'm sure that's not going to cause any issues with your cognitive matrix. Okay. I'm being coy here because I don't want to give away any spoilers. It was honestly the best part of the game, and everyone should experience it for themselves. But on that note, I gotta say, the game is dull. It is so dull. But alright, that's a little unfair. Let's start from the beginning. You create mines, you get basic resources, you create factories, you improve those basic resources. That's all fine. Now, each building requires maintenance, power, road connection, which are what these circles are. So as you expand, you need to constantly be placing down a power plant and a maintenance building within range, which quickly becomes not only tedious, but you also end up with these absurd daisy chains of buildings as you try to create a research base at a faraway point of interest. This aspect of the game it's annoying, but it's fine. It's fine. Next up, we have research. To get research, you need to create colonies and create factories to feed them. Okay, this is fine. But the colonies not only make absurd amounts of science, but they require ridiculous amounts of food. It means it's nearly impossible to feed a huge population. But it doesn't matter because you don't need a huge population to research the entire research tree. The balance is completely off as you sit there wondering why you even bothered researching larger colonies. This horrible balance continues as the majority of the later researches are often weaker than the earlier options. To continue the trend of awkward balance, there are several frankly unnecessary building limits that serve to do nothing but literally stop gameplay, as the only real gameplay is making buildings. To compound that problem, when your mines run out of resources, the building deactivates but doesn't self-destruct, as it just sits there using up your building limit. The game is woefully lacking in hotkeys, making basic tasks such as making more buildings or deleting several dried up mines another tedious chore. There is no in-game search, so finding specific buildings among the maze of extremely similar buildings a pain. There is a complete lack of information for the player, so we are supposed to be this hyper-intelligent AI, but we aren't given information on the subtle effects of what projects and certain buildings even do. The game is just like, do it blind, who cares? But all of this doesn't even get to the dull part of the game. As I said, the later researches are pathetically weak. Even building 50 of the buildings barely have any impact on your terraforming. We are talking about micro units when we need normal units. That's millions, by the way. There's no endgame acceleration, like how in Civ, just before a science or a culture victory, you're producing thousands upon thousands of either science or culture. You just need to sit there and wait at roughly the same pace as the planet ever so slowly terraforms itself. Just sit there and wait and wait and wait and wait. And just to be clear, it wasn't just me. I saw several other streamers struggling the exact same way, most of them having their progress moving even slower than mine. Okay. PerAspera is a game with a wonderful storyline. That storyline is worth checking out. That Wait, wait. PerAspera means through hardships. Wait, is it trying to justify all the tedious and dull gameplay by directly advertising it? It just tells you straight up at the beginning, hardships. You're going to experience hardships. Alright, alright, this review has gone on long enough. I'm going to rate PerAspera a 2 out of 4 due to its excellent, well written, and well voice acted story. I do recommend you experience the story at least once. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I played the games for the reviews live on Twitch, so make sure to check us out. Links for the Patreon, Twitch, Twitter in the description below. I do hope you have a fantastic day. You know, I think the most annoying part for me about PerAspera is that the fact that most of these problems I listed could have probably been fixed with a little bit of polishing. That's all it will take, just a little bit more polish and we could have had a great game.